Have you ever stumbled upon something at a garage sale that just seemed out of place? That's what happened to Darren in a dusty, forgotten town. Amidst sun-bleached furniture and boxes of old VHS tapes, he spotted it. A brass lamp, ornate and strangely cold to the touch. The old man running the sale had one piece of advice for the $5 price tag. Do and polish it. Of course, Darren laughed it off. Who wouldn't? That night, feeling a little reckless, he grabbed an old sock and wiped away the years of grime. The world around him went still. The air grew heavy, thick, and then smoke? Not just any smoke, but a plume that twisted and formed into a figure. It was tall, elegant, with eyes that burned like molten glass. A voice that seemed to echo from another time spoke, I am bound to grant 3 wishes. But be warned, the price is always paid. Darren, fueled by cheap beer and a lifetime of wanting more, just grinned. Fine, he slurred. First wish, I want to be rich. The genie bowed its head in an ancient, solemn gesture. Done. The next morning, Darren's world exploded. He checked his bank account on a whim, his head pounding. His balance wasn't a few $100s. It was 12 million. He screamed, he danced, he probably cried a little. The joy was intoxicating, all-consuming, and then his phone rang. It was the police, his parents. There had been a terrible car crash overnight. He was the sole beneficiary of their life insurance policy. The payout? Exactly $12 million. The money felt like poison in his hands. He tried to take it back to undo the wish. He summoned the genie, his voice cracking with grief and horror. But the entity only offered a serene, chilling smile. A deal was a deal. Desperate to fill the gaping void in his life, Darren choked out his second wish. I want to be loved, he trembled. Truly loved. The genie simply nodded. And just like that, she walked into his life. Elise, she was everything. Smart, kind, with a magnetic energy that pulled him in completely. They fell in love with a speed that felt like a movie, a fairy tale. Soon she moved in, and for a while the grief was masked by this new brilliant light. But then the shadows started to creep back in. He'd catch her staring at the kitchen knives with an unnerving intensity. At night, he'd wake to the sound of her whispering in her sleep. Words he couldn't quite understand, but that made his skin crawl. One night, his fear got the better of him. He found her journal. His hand shook as he opened it. The entry was short, and it wasn't a love letter. It read, He's mine now. I feel him softening. Soon, he'll be ready. Ready for what? This wasn't love. It was something else. A preparation. A hunt. Panicked, Darren summoned the genie one last time. He was on his knees begging, my last wish. I just want to be safe. Please, just make me safe. The genie's smile, which had always been unsettling, widened into a full, triumphant grin. The next morning, Darren woke up not in his bed, but on a soft floor. He was surrounded by padded white walls. There were no windows, no doors, just a seamless, white prison. A speaker in the ceiling crackled to life, whispering a single, calm sentence over and over. You're safe now. You're safe now. No one knew where he was. Elise had vanished without a trace. The $12 million disappeared from his account. The lamp was gone. And somewhere, in another dying town, an old man sets up a table of oddities for a garage sale, placing a dusty, ornate brass lamp right in the center, waiting for the next person who dares to make a wish. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoy stories that explore the darker side of things, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more content. We'll see you in the next one.